Good morning, students. So now we are reading the animal tissue. In the last class we read about epithelial tissue and the types of epithelial tissue. So today we will going to start the connective tissue. So what is connective tissue? The connective tissue arises from the, or you can say originates from the mesoderm. Mesoderm means the mid layer of embryonic layer. You can say the outermost embryonic layer is called as ectoderm, innermost is called as endoderm, and the middle layer is called as mesoderm. Okay, so it originates from the middle layer, or you can say it originates from the it originates from the mesoderm, which fills the space between ectoderm and endoderm. Okay, so it is specialized to connect or to anchor various body organs. It used to help to bind, to connect, to support, to anchor. You can say the main function is binding, supporting and packing together. The name itself saying connective means definitely they are connecting something, they are binding something. Okay, so the cells of connective tissues are living separated from each other, so hence they are loosely packed tissues. Okay, these are not densely packed tissues, these are loosely packed tissues and they are very less in number. Now we will study about the types of connective tissue. So first we will be starting up with the areolar or loose connective tissues. So what is areolar or loose connective tissues? Definitely, as the name suggests, these are the loosely packed of cellular connective tissue, and this is most abundant, okay, or you can say most commonly found connective tissue. It has large amount of matrix. Matrix means the jelly-like liquid, okay, of cytoplasm. So it is having the large amount of matrix, and the fibers are two types of fibers are present. So these two type, the name of these two type of fibers are white collagen fiber and yellow elastin fiber. So now white collagen fiber. White collagen fiber is made up of collagen. It is white and shining. Color is white and it is shining, and it is very strong and tough. And this white fibers are these are intensile. Intensile means these are, you can say, these are not elastic. Okay, these are intensile, mainly found in the ligaments and tendons and covering of bones and cartilage. Now, yellow elastin fiber, as the name is telling, it is yellow in color, made up of elastin material, and these fibers are not so strong as that of white collagen fiber. This white collagen fiber are really strong and tough, whereas these are not so strong, but these are more elastic. These are having the more elasticity. You can these are more elastic properties they are having. These are found in the walls of blood vessels and air tubes. Okay. So next we will be studying about the dense regular connective tissue. So students, next is dense regular connective tissue. As the name is telling, these are, as the name is dense regular connective tissue, as the name is, the cells of these tissues are tightly packed or dense packed fibers and cells. They are tightly or densely packed. The principal component of these dense regular connective tissue is tendon and ligament. Okay, so first I just want to let you know what is tendon and what is ligament. So tendon joins muscle to bone. See, these muscles are definitely, it is get joined with the bone. So tendon helps to join muscles to bone, whereas ligaments joins bones to bone. Okay, you can see, I'm just giving you a method to learn is, we are saying that like this is ligament, this is L. You see, this is one bone and this is one bone. That will be easy for you to learn with joints bone to bone. Okay. So this is a trick to learn you get, so you will not get confused between tendon and ligament. With joints muscles to bone is tendon, with joints bone to bone is ligament. Okay. Now the tendon is tough and non-elastic. whereas this is strong and elastic. So tendon is made up of white collagen fiber. Now only we read about white collagen fiber. And now it is made up of white collagen fiber as well as yellow elastin fibers. Okay. So now the tendon is present in rows between the fibers. They are present in a form of rows between the fibers, and these are scattered in the matrix between the bundle of white fibers. They are scattered. Okay. In the matrix I told you that is a fluid, so they are in a scattered form, whereas they are present in a rows. Okay. So next we will study about the adipose tissue. Okay children, so the next is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it consists of a oval and rounded adipose cells. It consists of the adipose cell which is rounded in shape or oval in shape. Basically, adipose tissue, it comprises in inside our body, and they are having you can say that they are forming 15% of our body weight. Okay, or you can say they form cushions around kidney and heart. They give a cushion like cover to the kidney and heart. And next, these adipose tissue, you can also see the adipose tissue, the elephant blubber, or you can say the blubber of the whale is made up of adipose tissue. That blubber of the whale means the fatty layer that is present in the outer layer of the skin of the whale. Why this is there? Because see, the aquatic animals, or you can see the fishes, are the cold-blooded animals. So the cold-blooded animals, they can change their body temperature according to the surrounding medium. So now whale is a mammal. So mammals are warm-blooded animals. They cannot change their body temperature according to the surrounding. So there, this blubber of whale means they are having the 6 to 7 layer of thick fat cells, or you can say the fat layer in their body. That is called as the blubber of the whale. So they help to maintain the body temperature. That blubber helps to maintain the body temperature of the whale in that cold temperature or cold surrounding medium. Okay. So now it is a fat depot in your body that I said that adipose tissues are the fat reservoir of your body, or you can say the fat depot of any body. They are basically of two types. Okay. Adipose cell may contain single large fat globules. These are called as white adipose tissues, or if they are present in several brown droplets, they are called as brown droplets, or very small tiny droplets. They will be called as brown adipose tissue. The two types of adipose tissues are there, white and brown. White is a single and big and large, whereas brown are the several tiny droplets. So as I told you that like given you example of the blubber of whale, they helps to maintain or regulate the body temperature. It acts as an insulator which helps to regulate the body temperature. So now only I told you this is a fat reserve or fat depot in your body. So it stores fat, and whenever the energy is required, it releases the energy. It releases the energy production. And last, as I told you, it is found below the skin. It is found between the internal organs and in bone marrow. So next we will study about the skeletal tissue. Students, so the next is skeletal tissue. Skeletal means skeleton which used to protect your body. So it forms a rigid skeleton which supports, or you can say which protects the vertebrate's body. It helps in locomotion. Definitely with the help of this skeleton we can locomote. Locomote means we can go from one place to another. It provides, definitely skeleton provides protection to our body, to many vital organs, and it is mesodermal in origin. Mesodermal means, I told you, which is present in between ectoderm and endoderm. That is called as mesodermal layer. These are basically of two types. We know this is of two types, bone and cartilage. I told you the bones, like hand, these are the bones. Cartilage means the soft bones. You can say the bones which are present in your ears, these are soft bone. The bones which are present in nose, these are soft bone. So now bones are hard and non-flexible. Definitely you can't fold your hands from here, no, because the bones are non-flexible. Whereas the cartilage are relatively soft and flexible. This is made up of, ears are made up of cartilage. It is easily relatively soft, and this is easily movable. It is flexible. Bones are porous in nature, whereas cartilages are non-porous. Now bones matrix is hard and dense, made up of collagen and inorganic salts. Here the matrix is elastic and made up of protein. Protein is also called as chondrin. Okay. So the cells of the bones is called as osteocytes, whereas the cells of the cartilages are called as chondrocytes. Chondrocytes is the word is coming from the chondrin. Chondrin means protein. Okay. So last, it possesses the bone marrow cavity. Bone marrow is present between in between the bone. So in between the bone marrow cavity is present, but in cartilage, bone marrow cavity, or you can say none of the cavity is present in the cartilage, or you can say the bone marrow cavity, or you can say the nothing like marrow cavities. You can say the nothing like marrow cavities are present. Absent, or you can say nothing like cavity are present. Okay. Next we will study about the fluid connective tissue. So the last is fluid or vascular connective tissue. So this is specialized for transporting material in the animal body. So it helps in the transportation. There are two types of vascular, or you can say the fluid connective tissue. So two types are blood and second is lymph. So what is blood? We know the blood is red in color, viscous, sticky, opaque fluid. Slightly the nature is alkaline, that is 7.2. You know the value of pH values. So 7 is neutral. So its value is slightly alkaline, means 7.4. So and in nature, so there are basically two main components of the blood. So first is blood corpuscles, or you can say the blood cells, and second is plasma. So blood corpuscles or blood cell comprises of WBC, RBC and platelets. So RBC is red blood cells. These are the, you can say, the hemoglobin of your body. So the RBCs are the red blood cells, whereas WBC are the white blood cells, which helps to fight against antigens. It acts as an antibody, or you can say it strengthens our immune system. Okay, because it will fight against antigens. So WBC helps to fight against the microbes or antigens. Next, last is platelets. So platelets helps to clot the blood. Whenever you get any injury or bruise, after some time you will observe that your the injury your bleeding get automatically stopped there. So this is because of these platelets, because the function of platelets is to clot the blood which is oozing out from any injury or bruise. Next is plasma. Next component is plasma. So plasma, it forms about 55 to 60% of 60% of the total blood volume. Okay. So it is pale straw colored, consists of 90%. What the you can see the half the blood is comprises of the blood corpuscles, and half the blood is comprises of the plasma. And the plasma is made up of 90% of water and only 10% of proteins, amino acids, glucose, vitamins, enzymes, hormones are present in blood plasma. Last is lymph. So lymph is the extracellular spaces that is filled up extracellular spaces in the tissue which is filled up by a fluid that is called as lymph. It is as common as blood, but these are devoid of, devoid means they do not contain RBC and platelets. They only contains WBC. And if they are having the WBC, definitely they helps to strengthen our immune system. They will fight against antigens. So the lymph is pale in color and devoid of RBC and platelets. It fills the intracellular spaces as tissue fluid, and WBC are in abundance. So it helps in the transport of nutrients. Transport of nutrients means nutrients that filter out from the blood capillaries into lymph, that are transported back to, these are transported back by the lymph into the blood through the heart. Okay, so it helps in the transport of nutrients, and as I told you that WBC is present here, so definitely it will strengthen the immune system of the body. So this is all about the connective tissue and all types of connective tissues.